So who would you recommend this to?
Somebody in California. Because if the roads are good, look, the Bear has no issues if the roads are good. I mean, in that sense, Royal Enfield's made the right bike, but our contractors don't know how to make the right roads. What?
Even in California, why would I pick this over a Continental?
So look, if you're choosing between a Continental or Bear, you're just not clear what kind of bike you'd like to own. Because a Continental is a cafe racer.
Yeah.
And a cafe racer and a street scrambler are two completely different beasts in terms of what would you like to look at, right? I don't see a...
Because both are bikes you buy primarily for the personality of them rather than the... You're not going to go racing with a cafe racer.
Yeah,
neither are you going to go scrambling on a Bear 650.
No, absolutely.
Right?
But basically you're saying that would you prefer red or green? I don't think it... how do you choose between red and green? I mean, you prefer red.
So you're saying that it is just a question of taste, right? That's about it.
Yeah. Because functionally this bike does nothing that the Interceptor won't do better. Okay, now think about this, okay? The Interceptor has terrible suspension for its weight, for what it is supposed to be able to do. It's way too soft, it gets into wallows too early, etc. Blah, blah, blah. I'd rather have that than a motorcycle that is so stiff that is beating the crap out of you the whole time. Right? So if I had to do this 250 kilometer again, and you gave me the option of an Interceptor, which might be in hardware terms an inferior bike, it has less ground clearance, it has less suspension travel, blah, blah, blah. I'd just come back having gone maybe slower, but more comfortable at least.
So, okay, the reason why I asked you that question in specific was because for me, the default is the Interceptor.
Yeah, right? Still is. Nothing has changed.
You buy the Conti because you want a slightly different mood.
Correct.
And it's the same thing with this bike as far as I can see. And this is something we always do with products when we're trying to make sense of them.
Correct.
It's like you play with the levers. So levers is price, which we've not spoken about, we'll get to. But let's say performance, let's say comfort, features, whatever. You know, you move the levers around and see at what point do you get excited or you get put off by something.
Correct.
Right? Now, in this bike's case, it just feels like, and no offense meant here, but it feels like for whatever reason, they were the choice of people who wanted to build custom bikes, they would go to REs. And all these bikes seem like that because they are aesthetically
awesome.
Changed.
Yeah.
They're aesthetically great. And in that regard, they are better than any custom job that we would do.
Yeah.
But they are not better as motorcycles than any job we would do with them because they're effectively the same.
Yeah. And think about it like this, okay? I was thinking about this on the way back, on the bike. There's a website called Bike Exif, which most of us are aware of. If you're not aware of, go to Bike Exif. It's a great website and they focus on custom motorcycles. I'm going to say pick 5.
Correct.
Any 5. Now I want you to look at that motorcycle and I know your jaw will slacken and you'll be like, man, that is so good looking, right? And you'll recognize some of the names as repetitively awesome at it. Like there was a time when Deus was always in the thing. You'll see El Solitario, etc., etc. Look at those bikes. Now I want you to close your eyes and imagine living with the damn thing. Whatever you're still looking at. I want you to imagine going to work on that thing. I want you to imagine going for a tour on that thing. I want you to go think about going touring with a partner, a pillion, luggage on any one of those things, and you'll see the problem. As long as you're looking at it, the bikes are just heartbreakingly beautiful. And that's whether it's a cruiser, whether it's a tracker, whether it's a scrambler, whether it's a endurance race replica, they all look gorgeous. And the moment you say, where will my office bag go? Those bikes stop working.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of these Royal Enfields are becoming like that, which leads you to the conclusion that the 8-year-old Interceptor still is the default 650 twin to buy from this company. And maybe that will change when the classic 650 comes out if its suspension is not in this sticker. Hello. If you enjoyed this clip, which means you're into good conversations, and that's what we're all about. It's really hard packing in the essence of an idea into a 60-second clip. This 3-minute, 5-minute video would have given you a sense of that. And you can enjoy this entire conversation in its full glory on the MotorInc channel. So why don't you head out over there and subscribe to that? And you could subscribe to this channel as well if you enjoyed it.